Hello there, welcome. My name is Franklin, and you are at the Family History Foundation, where the past is relative to the future. And you can find us over at familyhistoryfoundation.com. And today we have a good one. This is going to be why Ancestry.com is the #1 genealogy website for building your family tree. Amazing stuff. And make sure you like and subscribe to support family history and genealogy, and check the description for more genealogy goodies and the QR code at the end if you want to just scan over on your phone. And so let's get into it today. I've really spent a lot of time sharing free genealogy websites, where to research for free, where to get free records, so that you can upgrade and get into the genealogical family history research game. But when you really want to step forward and be serious about your genealogy research, your family history development, you have to at some point get in your shoes into Ancestry.com. So there are many wonderful platforms out there. I am going to, in this post, extol the virtues of Ancestry.com. After, 10, 15 years of doing genealogy, I can say hands down that Ancestry.com is the one best place to go. So what we're going to do is take you on a tour, share with you some of the features that you have, some of the options for subscriptions, and really just kind of cover Ancestry.com and what they have to offer and why you might want to give them a whirl. Okay, so have you ever stared at an old photo and wondered who those faces are and how you're connected to them? Well, if so, you're not alone. Millions of people are diving into family history. It's what we do here at familyhistoryfoundation.com. And there's a reason why Ancestry.com is often called the #1 genealogy website. And whether you're just beginning your family tree or deep into centuries of ancestral roots, Ancestry offers tools, records, and support DNA to make it the best platform for tracing your lineage. So in this article, we will explore why Ancestry.com holds its crown as the #1 genealogy website. So really what we're going to cover are a lot of the aspects. If you've never dove in there, you'll find a lot of the features we're going to lay out, even if you're on Ancestry and maybe you haven't sort of poked around enough, but we're going to give you an outlay for some of the things maybe you've never thought of. So, it's trust in technology, subscription levels. We're going to cover building family trees, record searches, the types of records that they have, preserving memories, tools that you can use to preserve and digitize, archive your memories, DNA testing, what the features are within Ancestry, and maybe why they're beneficial, and the shoebox feature, the Ancestry Academy feature. There's so many things in here that you will love, and if you are in there, you're going to love even more. So let's get into the legacy. Founded in 1893. That's the historian in me reading dates. Okay, sorry. It's the family historian in me. Founded in 1983, Ancestry has grown into a household name for genealogists around the world. Now remember, flashback to what life was like in 1983. Go back to like some website and say, what was the most famous song in 1983, or what was happening in that time? Genealogy and the internet wasn't even really blown up yet, okay? But they started in 1983, and you know what? So happy. Their website provides access now to over 30 billion historical records, okay? Thousands and thousands and thousands of digitized documents, and an easy-to-use interface that even tech beginners can navigate. And that's the beauty, okay? So if you walk away with anything, you have to understand that whatever feature we're talking about, from DNA to whatever, everything interfaces with everything else. So and here's where it starts. You build your family tree, and then all the records can just be plopped into a timeline and built out from your family tree. That's what makes everything so amazing. You can use DNA, everything that we're going to cover, and it all just syncs into one beautiful family tree builder. Okay, and it's not just the quality of records. Ancestry helps you connect the dots. and makes you features like Smart Hints, DNA integration, all work together. So for me, as a family historian and genealogist, it's my go-to website for my own research. It's what I use, and this is why I'm really sort of touting its skills here. Okay, so let's talk subscription levels, because there are free subscriptions, but there are also paid subscriptions, and let's kind of cover some of them. And I'm going to tell you from my own experience and viewpoint what matters. So Ancestry.com offers a variety of subscription plans so users can choose the level of access that suits their needs. So you have the free account. Okay, I started on the free account. Maybe you have a free account. If you don't have a free account, I would suggest just going and creating a free account. You can create and build your family tree. You have access to public family trees, other people's family trees, and some free records. So you have some free goodies out there. They're not just going to leave you twisting in the wind. Okay, they're not going to leave you with a family tree with no branches. Okay, you're going to get in there and you'll have something to build with. And you can use the basic search tools. This account is actually awesome for beginners and those interested in building your family tree online. You can start by using Ancestry's tree builder and populate that tree with actual ancestors. As a workaround, you don't need to use Ancestry's paid records. Rather, use what you can find for free on Family Search or any other site and just get started. You also have the US Discovery level of access, and this is the access that I currently use. You can access all US based records, which includes censuses, military, birth, marriage, and death records from the United States. And again, this is the subscription that I currently use, and I can say hands down, adamantly, it is so worth it. And I endorse this as a user. You can seamlessly add records into your tree right from your tree. Does that make sense? You're in your tree and it shows you all the records that you need via hints and other things, and you can just add it right into your tree. Or from the search records, you can just say attach this to any ancestor you want while you're, say, looking for a birth record or a census or anything else, a military record, and you can just say add it to great-great-grandfather, and then you can go play with it. It's so convenient, and this is like the power of it. And to me, what makes Ancestry the #1 genealogy website. World Explorer is the next level, and you have everything in the United States Discovery plus international records. It is great for tracing immigrant ancestors across the globe and your global roots. And at some point in your family history journey, you're going to absolutely need this. And because Ancestry is all that, I am planning to upgrade my subscription. So just to let you know, I'm going to end up paying for this because this is on my bookmark of what I want to do. So upgrade my subscription to this level soon, the World Explorer, because I've gotten to the point where I actually need additional records from Europe, which I can get some of them on Family Search and MyHeritage, but really just having this one-stop shop aspect of it makes things really easy for me, especially when you're talking about 10s, 20s, 100s records. You know, you can't just download them and then upload them. I want them in a single place. And it's going to supplement my US research. So I really think it's a valuable sort of plan to get after. And the other one, which is kind of like the holy grail of Ancestry, is the all access. You get full access to Ancestry records. Not only the US records, the international records, but it includes newspapers.com and Fold3 for military records. So you get a newspapers.com subscription and a Fold3.com subscription for military records. I've gone in to Fold3 when they've had their, sometimes they offer free records for like a week on certain holidays and stuff. And I've gone in there and I've just like rated records and taken them out. And I love Fold3, and I think they are an amazing site. But to have access 24/7, 365 would definitely be worth it. It's ideal for serious researchers who want every resource available. Also, when you get the all access, you also get, I believe, you can add 2 other family members to your account. So you actually have 3 total accounts. So if you have a cousin or a brother or someone else in your family line that researches with you, you can share that same level of access with somebody else. You can kind of build your research team from this. And if you pay for it, or you split the costs, however you want to do it, you have 3 people that can go under. And it's not that much more. It's kind of like the Cadillac of Ancestry subscription levels. Okay, so aside from the different levels of subscription, you can build your family trees, which is your personalized experience. And of course, to me, this is what makes Ancestry the #1 product on the market, right? Ancestry.com's family tree builder is more than a chart, it's dynamic. It's a living project that allows your discoveries to grow, and it's laid out in such a way that you can visualize your family tree in different ways. You have the tree, you can do individual ancestors, you can duplicate ones, you can build separate trees. There's so many ways to do this. And then you can attach the trees to your DNA results. If you take a DNA test on Ancestry, those DNA results will plug into your family tree. And then you can actually discover who's related to who, and it'll give you your ancestry story based on what you do in your family tree. I mean, they thought this out so well. Personally, I don't care what I have to pay for subscriptions. The tree function is what makes Ancestry just the place to be for me. So the key features for the trees are smart hints, get auto suggestions, collaborative tools, share and build your tree with relatives, photos and stories. You can add digital material, you can add profiles and pictures of places. You can, through the hints feature, if somebody uploads a photo of an ancestor, you can put that in your tree once you share it. And I've shared out pictures that I've had. And it's printable charts. You can share these as gifts for Christmas or for family holidays or for birthdays. Custom events and notes for everything. You can write notes. Say you attach the census and you want to keep track of the fact that somebody was living in their house, or this person was certain years old at the time, or maybe they misprinted a year, which is I've done in the notes section. Instead of 1905, I wrote, it actually is 1904. But again, so many features that you can do. Record search. So one of the things about Ancestry.com is the record search. There's so many records available, and you can search through the records, and there's multiple ways of aggregating your search or modifying it through, let's just say, census records. So these are the key big records that you can search through that are available. If you're wondering, they're on Ancestry.com. Census records. You can track your records every 10 years with U.S. federal censuses, which started in 1790. Of course, in 1920 was missing. It got lost in a fire. You can do that all on Ancestry. Birth, marriage, and death records, the BMD records. Official life birth records that you can find. I have a companion article just following up on birth, marriage, and death records. You can research military records on Ancestry. Service files from the Revolutionary War to World War II. You have claims. I've gone through claims files from the Civil War that are on Ancestry. There are so many different military records, enlistment records, deployment records, all sorts of stuff there. Okay, going back to the Revolutionary War. Immigration and naturalization records, Ellis Island arrivals, passenger manifests, border crossings, citizenship documents, all sorts of stuff. And one of the hidden features of immigration and naturalization records that nobody talks about are the records from Bremen in Germany. So every U.S. Ellis Island record has a companion European record somewhere. Okay, most of them are in Bremen because that's where people left, and they had to keep records at the port of departure as well as the port of arrival. But you can find those on Ancestry. Okay, public member trees. This is cool. So you're creating your tree. Well, other people have created their trees. You can compare trees. People make their trees public, and you can search through their trees. And maybe you can get hints that way. Maybe you can corroborate and collaborate and share. There's a saying, you only know what you know, right? Well, Ancestry totally feeds you suggestions about who and what you might want to search for through this thing called hints, right? Maybe you're just sort of stuck in this sort of myopic, like, okay, what do I do next? Well, looking at other people's trees and discovering what else is out there, it's going to spark your imagination in ways you can only imagine. Okay, it's going to keep you motivated. It's going to keep you up high. Okay, so preserving memories, of course, digital gallery of your heritage. You can upload images, family photos, birth certificates, letters and heirlooms, audio recordings, whatever you want. You can stick those in your family tree. You can stick it in the timeline. So it's not just records sitting in some records collection somewhere. It's actually visible and interactable. And when you click on your ancestors timeline, it actually shows you, it has a little connecting line that shows which records are attached to which date or sort of life moment that your ancestor had. DNA testing, let's get to the power of that, because Ancestry started doing DNA testing, and I did a DNA test kit years and years ago, and it's still relevant today, and I get updates all the time. And this is the fun part. Ancestry DNA brings an emotional depth to genealogy. If you're on Family Tree DNA or other sites, like 23andMe, you may get more of kind of a maybe scientific breakdown of your genealogy or your DNA, maybe not even genealogy. But with Ancestry, you're not just looking at your names or like what percentages you are. You get your ethnic breakdown. You can find living relatives through matches, and sometimes even solving long-standing family mysteries. And I have some stories that'll be mind-blowing. If maybe I'll share them one day, but I found missing ancestors through my DNA connections. Like I've really hit the lottery twice on ancestry.com with finding missing people, and I'm talking very close relatives. So Ancestry's DNA platform is expanding and growing every time I log in. I mean, for real. And my ethnicity breakdowns constantly evolve and get refined. New tools are added. It's simply so dynamic. And this is not even making this up, but some days I spend it on Ancestry just getting lost in the DNA section. I log in, I go for the DNA section, I look at the updates, and I look at the ethnicity estimates, and I zoom in and zoom out, and then I look at relatives that are matches, and I can get lost for hours looking at my ancestral trails and where they came from and the deep history, and what tribe of hunter-gatherers my original settlers came from. I mean, there's so many cool things that you can explore through Ancestry DNA. You can match with over 10 million users on there. You can see ethnic origins and migration paths that your ancestors, recent and ancient, took. You can combine DNA with tree research. So you can link your DNA with your tree research, and it can localize you to sort of timelines of discoveries. You can make discoveries even without paper records. So Ancestry has something called through lines, and you can find how you're related to DNA matches. So it kind of like does it for you. So like you can, get into your DNA section, and you're maybe trying to wonder, like I was trying to uncover how I'm related to my second great grandfather through other lines. But through lines, you can look at other people who have a DNA match to you through your DNA matches, and then the through lines will say, well, here's how you're most likely related through this ancestor, and you can see that connection, and then you have something to go and hunt down and make sure that maybe you can contact that relative and just say, hey, we're related, like, what is your research? This is my research, and boom, you can uncover mysteries. Ethnicity estimates, which I love, they come up all the time. You can do DNA traits. It explores inherited characteristics. I wrote an article on that on familyhistoryfoundation.com. It's cool. I didn't pay for it, but it tells you, like, whether you sneeze a lot or like if you're a late sleeper, things like that. They're kind of cool. At least I enjoyed the part where it told me that I'm, stronger than the normal population. I have, like, I guess, a strength DNA, which plays out. I'm a pretty strong person. Side-by-side comparisons, you can match your results with others in your family. So you can just literally do a side-by-side comparison, and it will show you these things. So there's so many cool things to explore with your DNA. And I'm just kind of touching the surface here for the limitations of time. You have a shoebox, okay? I think every site has some sort of shoebox where you can store your records. Don't know where to put it? Well, you don't have to store it on your hard drive. You can stick it in your shoebox on ancestry.com, and you can explore these documents, save them for later, go back and look at them, and then attach them. I probably have like 10 pages of shoebox records from when I first logged on to Ancestry and started, but you know, they're there whenever I want them, and sometimes I'll go back if I have nothing else that I'm wanting to do in genealogy. I usually spend my Saturdays doing genealogy, and Fridays are family history Fridays, and I'll go through my shoebox. So it's a great thing for beginners. I used it a lot in the beginning, don't use it as much now, but you know, you're going to definitely want to use it if you're just starting out. And finally, Ancestry Academy, learn as you go, right? So if you're stuck, you want to learn more, Ancestry has free and paid video tutorials, step-by-step lessons on using site tools, courses on reading old handwriting, understanding DNA, using record sets effectively, blah, 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 blah. But you also have something better than Ancestry Academy. You have the familyhistoryfoundation.com. Okay. Little bit of plug for my site there. But yeah, you can, you know, learn all you want on their site there. Okay. And I even have some offers in the post. And on my, if you follow the link over to my website, you can sign up for our newsletter, stay ahead of all the posts that I make, or subscribe to this channel. Okay, now, are you ready for a pop quiz? I'm sure you're ready for a pop quiz. All right, nod your head. You ready for a pop quiz? Okay, let's do a pop quiz. Okay, so here's our pop quiz. Which family history explorer are you? So let's take this fun quiz to find out what kind of genealogist you are. So these are like personality questions. Okay, here we go. Number one, 3 questions. Number 1, when you find a new ancestor, do you A, do a happy dance and text your cousin right away, B, immediately cross-check 3 other sources, or C, add them to your 20 other side trees? Oh boy. Okay, you got your answer? Okay, 2, what's your favorite record type? A, census records, because they tell you so much. B, military enlistments. Or C, old newspapers. They have the juicy stories. Okay, so got your answer to 2? Okay, question 3. How do you organize your tree? A, color-coded by generation. B, Excel spreadsheets and folders. Ooh, I like that. Or C, organize? Ha ha ha. Okay, you got your answers for 1, 2, and 3. Let's check your results. Let's see how you did. Okay, if you had mostly A's, you are the storyteller. If you had mostly B's, you are the archivist. And if you had mostly C's, you are the adventurer. So let us know, which family history explorer are you? Storyteller, archivist, adventurer? I have to say I'm probably B, but definitely A. Definitely A too. Yeah, so if you're kind of crossover between either one of those, that's fine. Okay. Again, hey, post a comment. Let me know which one you are. Okay. So we have a few backlinks, and, you know, just to kind of wrap up here, you know, genealogy isn't just research. Family history isn't just research. It's part of who you are. It's your identity. It's your connection. And it's healing, believe it or not. For me, it's healing because it really just grounds me. And I think that's what healing is. It's grounding you and informing yourself of who you are. Okay. So Ancestry, again, #1 genealogy site. I'm going to leave you guys with another challenge. I like leaving you guys with challenges. And thank you for sticking around so far. This is your challenge. Share your story. Have you used Ancestry.com to uncover something amazing? Share it. It's going to make you feel better, and it's going to make everyone watching this feel better. If you want to share it on YouTube, share it. If not, follow the link. Head on over to familyhistoryfoundation.com, and in the article, you can submit comments as well. And you have a QR code at the end that's going to take you right over there. So subscribe to our newsletter for exclusive research tips, early access to templates, and featured success stories. So your challenge is to share your story. Share what you uncovered on Ancestry.com, okay? Something that you found really cool. Well, that's it. Thank you so much for being a part of this, following along, and getting enthused with me about family history. Check out the full article on familyhistoryfoundation.com online. Get your QR code in the end of this, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you. Take care.